say, what we gonna do?
What we gonna do?
Many people say, what we gonna do?
What we gonna do?
Many people say, what we gonna do?
What we gonna do?
AIDS, AIDS, AIDS is a killer disease. Ask your teacher.
My name's Namgenyi Mary, PMM Girls School, Senior 2B. These are some of the problems or challenges faced by young students or youths in the country. I am going to briefly tell you some which I know. This is child sacrifice, child labor, child neglect.
There are many. You can't just go on and say everything you know, but there are many. Because others face a problem of being neglected by their parents. Others face a problem of having low esteem, no self-esteem at all sometimes. When others face a problem of poor background, when others even admire stuff they can't afford to get. And others, they think they are lower, so they look at other people and they ignore themselves.
Then others are thrown away, others are chased from homes just because the parents or like the fathers want other mothers, then they chase away the girl because they want other wives. Since the mother goes away, they chase away this one because the mother is not around.
And even the problem of victimizing people with HIV positive. That one is too bad because everybody doesn't know, not everybody knows our status because many of us don't go even for the HIV tests. And then another problem is those teachers sometimes don't mind about other students. They just leave them to suffer, then by the end the student loses.
In my hometown, people suffer from this disease. Actually, it's usually typhoid because we don't have clean water, piped water I should say. So children get sickly a lot and there is no medication. Then also like gang rape, not only to girls, but also with the boys.
The teenage problems that have been addressed in the media. One, we find that in this media there is child labor. We also find that there is victimizing of one of the children in the family.
Is your sister? Yeah? Excuse me, you have to dig, don't mean about her.
No, for me I do all the work. I wake up and I dig, I do everything alone. Why did God create me?
Okay, the idea came about as the member of the Adobe Youth Voices and their world starts with me, coming together with a meeting, and then everybody states a challenge which teenagers face. Then we all selected, we were all told to choose one major issue and we give our issues about it, then we came up with one. Okay, a story is about poor Stella, who is HIV positive and mistreated by her stepmom because her dad died a long time ago.
And for a long time she had kept quiet with the situation, and in fact she felt she could not push on life very well. But when time went on, her teacher was able to discover and realize her problem and asked for her views and tell her the problems that she was facing. So she opened up later and told her the challenges she was facing at home. Either she was being mistreated by her stepmother. In fact, she could come to school late and overworked before going back to school. It really made her life difficult. I think even she thought of dropping out of school because of the challenges she had. Every time whenever she got to class late, and her friends couldn't. Her friends were like laughing at her, and she really never felt comfortable. She felt humiliated and really segregated in the class.
Okay, I had a friend who had gone through the same experience, and I wanted us to, like, when we went through all the ideas that we brought up, we found that this particular one was the best.
And our main focus, the main focus of this video is to the youth, who are living in such situations and conditions. Then the stepmothers who mistreat their step kids. And I think being a stepmother doesn't mean you have to be rude to your step kid or mistreat them. But it's like I'm encouraging them that a stepchild is just like your own child, because there is the father to that kid is just like the father to your real kids. So it's just like your kid. In fact, the kids at times are innocent, but like for stepmothers, they always have that grudge in them. So I also want to focus to the teachers. Like, for instance, when a child has brought out a problem to it's like, Madam or Sir, I'm facing such and such a challenge. You should be in position to help and find that child lives a better life.
My girl here, she's in my class. She comes very late. She dozes in class. And when you ask her, she's like, I have no problem. But today, I had a talk with her. And then she said she's HIV positive. Her mom died and she stays with her stepmother. But her stepmother mistreats her.
Oh, sorry, young girl. Now, you will help me. Tomorrow in the morning, we go and see the girl's mom.
Yes, Counselor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'd like to see my girl very happy.
You'll be there, don't worry.
In this media, we learn that when you have any challenge in your life, you shouldn't just keep quiet, because most of the youth today have that problem. When they have anything which is hurting them, they just decide to keep quiet. And at the end, they might end up making wrong decisions and taking up different directions which lead them in maybe something which may endanger their lives.
Okay, the lessons which we learn from this media is that we should not mistreat children who have HIV, because they are also people like us. And even if your friend has HIV, don't let her down, because she is also a person like you.
Now you are pushing me because you've got Stella.
Excuse me, my daughter. Haven't you heard? She's your sister.
She is not my sister.
However much someone is HIV positive, you shouldn't neglect that person. And you should also give them a chance. Give them an opportunity to try out something. Because like, the person whom you neglect may be having something that you all don't have.
The other thing is that you also learn that when there's a problem, don't lose hope in whatever you're doing. And don't think that is the end of you, because you may leave that situation today and tomorrow it may be a different case.
Oh, Stella.
Yes, Oliver.
I'm really sorry. Stella, I'm sorry. I've realized that you are my sister. Please forgive me, Stella. I'm begging you.
It's okay. Since you have realized I'm your sister, you can take it as you've had it.
Yes, Stella. From there onwards, I'll never make you work as if you were slaves, Stella. I love you, Stella.
I love you too. Thank you for accepting me as your sister. Take position. Come.
Hey, learn man.
Take position.
You have to look at me. I'm not going to shut up. Just going to come.
Let's go back there.
Hey,
Please, Stella, you have to bring even the mat.
you are going to make the step rolling as you continue, as you step.
As a director, I had to make sure that whatever we needed was in place. And also I had to make sure that the video shooting was in the way that I had liked, and when people had to watch it, they will like. And also I had to make sure that there's some silence on location and everyone is attentive and ready to take action. Then as the editor, we made sure that whatever was not needed was to be cut off, and we remain with the main thing that we needed in the video. And we also made sure that there were some improvements made in the video to make it look nice.
I was a camera lady, which was so interesting. Now, this camera lady had never held a camera before, but then she went on learning, and yeah, she was doing the shooting and everything, though with assistance. Although everything, sometimes like things would be hard, but then we would go through it. And there was also another role that I played, that was an editor, which I wanted so much more than anything, but I got it.
When we were making our media, there were some challenges we faced. Like, the main challenge was the weather. The weather was sometimes not good. The rain used to fall, and the day we like to make it, the rain falls and then it breaks up, and we don't do it as we wanted. Sometimes we were busy, and then we couldn't meet together to make the media.
Okay, the first challenge was having limited words in certain parts. So you got to talk, then you forget the words. Sometimes you start, then they say, cut. You get fed up. You say like, I'm tired, I'll never do this again. But then you have to continue. You should not just give up.
I faced the challenge of dealing with different kind of people. And when you bring other scene of the pupils in class, you find that pupils behave in different ways. In that at times they tend even to be parallel. You just have to shout for them to accept what you're telling them and to be attentive. Then I also found a problem during the shooting process, as in there was some noise taken, like when you say silence on location, some people are not bothered and they take it for granted that you really have to shout and let them know that you really need the silence.
Please, if you're here, I want silence. Okay. You, I told you to look at me. There's some babe who appeared from behind there.
Then there was it was also tiresome in that you have to move from place to place. You have to repeat, like you can't even act a part 10 times and you feel it's not coming out, and you have to repeat it again and repeat and repeat.
Moving with a camera is tiresome. As in, like, there are these other moves that you have to make, tiptoeing, as if stealthily. Yet me, I'm used to this movement whereby you just this any movement. But then when you're with a camera, you have to be steady. As in, like, your space is limited. You have to be in a certain position and you have to be steady. So, like, learning that was very difficult. And then holding a camera in a proper position, there was a lot to do, and I think there's still a lot to do. So, and then with the editing has so many challenges. One of them is this reviewing that makes me sick. We had to delete, cut. There's a lot of repetition, reviewing, so many things, and it is tiresome. If you've not had enough food, you can end up, you can end up doing nothing. Okay, it is difficult actually, that's what I should think, but it's interesting.
I'm so privileged to be among the members in the media, and in fact I've learned so many things about the media, and it has also encouraged me, and I've learned how you can come up with something good. And my advice is that when something is put in place, please give it a try, and you can make it.
With this particular media, it has helped me a lot. 1 with the camera, 2 with the editing. Now, I'm so privileged. I can tell my mom, "Mommy, I shot a video and I'm editing it out," and she's like, "Wow." Okay, she can't believe it, but it's true. And it makes me feel so happy that one time I'll sit and watch a video that I shot and edited. It makes me feel so happy. This is for this particular media, and if I was so reluctant and I hadn't joined to participate, I don't think I would have managed. I would have come to learn how to use a camera and how to edit.
Just I wanted to say that it is not good to hide your talent. Like me, I never knew I'm such good at acting, but since I came into acting, I now know I'm developing my talent. So I just want to pass on to everyone to participate or to bring out his or her talent, not sit on it, because if he or she doesn't bring it out, then no one will know he or she has the talent. So everyone has to bring up his or her talents.